This is the Buganda Royal Tombs in Kampala, which was built in 1882 by the Chief Palace Guard Mulamba of the Butiko clan, which is the mushroom clan. As I said last time, there were 52 clans in the Buganda Kingdom, but today here there are about 56 clans. That each time a new Kabaka comes, a new clan joins. So I'm walking through the royal tombs, gorgeously built, decently conditioned, and I'm being guided by my guide today is
Elvis Sekibule.
Elvis Sekibule will be taking us through a walk in. Yes.
Yeah. So the history of this place, this is where it starts from, the house where we are. What amazes the visitors who come here is the African architecture. African kings, they had no degrees, but whenever they came to construction, they exhibited a sense of skill and knowledge.
Really beautiful.
Yeah.
You think about the construction of the pyramids in Egypt, it still amazes modern architects how those Africans they thought were fools, can come up with such architecture. Even the calculations, the dimensions is still bewildering to them. This is made up of what?
They mostly use plant materials like reeds, banana fibers, grass, rhizomes, sisal. So when you look at it, it's in the format of an overturned basket.
Overturned basket.
Yeah, made up of rings. Most times these rings represent the clans we have in the kingdom.
Oh, so we have like 52 here?
The actual description comes out in the big hut. This is quite small in size, so the rings won't come out in a good number.
Okay.
Yeah. So African kings, whenever, especially in Buganda Kingdom, whenever they came on the throne, they selected hilltops. They wanted hilltops for the strategic importance and security purposes. That's why they established their palaces.
That is the same idea of the king of my clan, which is called Meta in the northwest of Cameroon or Ambazonia today. This king was also like the Kabaka here, believed to be one of the 50 Solomonic kings across the world. His first settlement was quite on a hill like a plateau, overseeing the rest in the valley.
So it became the capital for the kingdom, and whenever he died, chances were high for that king to be buried there.
He disappeared.
Yes. That is what we say.
Yes, we say he traveled.
He traveled, yeah. When that king disappeared or died, he was buried in that very place to mean that is the end of his regime.
So the basket is upturned.
Yeah. The kings to be buried in their palaces was done intentionally. The next king who wouldn't admire that place to establish his palace there will be forced to look for another place.
So he's scared of the shadow of death.
Yeah. So the entrance where we are, it was the first house established in this place, built in 1882 by Kabaka Mutesa I. He relocated his capital here from Rubaga Hill. Currently at Rubaga, we have Rubaga Cathedral, a center for the Catholics. This is the house where he first slept when he was waiting for the accomplishment of the main hut, as we're going to see. So as these houses always go through renovations because it was built in 1882. But as much as renovation is done, we have some areas which are left untouched for the purposes of culture and heritage, like those 4 main rings.
Inside there?
Yeah, those
what do the 4 rings represent?
Those black rings were made by the first king in 1882, Kabaka Mutesa I.
Wow.
After making them, he smoked them on fire. As much as the renovation is done, those rings are not
must be maintained.
Yes.
For continuity.
In the kingdom, they're not allowed to touch the ground. In case a mistake comes and one of them falls down, they have to call the reigning king to raise them by himself.
To put them back up.
So the entrance has 2 main guards. The main guard comes from the Mushroom clan. And
the Butiko
clan.
The Butiko clan.
Yeah, and he's given a title. He's called Mulamba. This is his office. Mulamba's from the Mushroom. Then his deputy comes from the Buffalo. This is his
Buffalo.
office. He's called Nsigo.
Mm.
Their positions are hereditary. When one of them dies, they have to go back to the clan and pick another one to come and serve similar duties like the past was doing. So their
Wow.
positions are highly respected.
Intriguing.
The current gentleman who lives here, he came when he was 16 years.
Wow.
Today he's 99 years.
99.
Yeah, that's why UNESCO takes this site to be the site with a living heritage. Highly respected spiritually, culturally, and historically.
The buffalo himself.
Yeah.
Wow. The ground hut.
So we're going first to have a glimpse at the drum house, then we proceed to the...
Yeah. Is somebody going to give me some slight sounds of the beautiful Buganda music?
Yeah, these drums are not sampled by us. We have somebody who's responsible for the drums. This is called the Royal Drum House. In Luganda, it's called Ndoga or Bukaba.
Ndoga.
Or Bukaba, literally meaning the Royal Drum House. It is comprising of the drums which are used by Kabaka Mutesa I. The drums which you're going to see here are the original drums used in 1882. They are very, very old drums. So they are categorized into three categories. The main category is called Mujaguzo. Mujaguzo literally means celebration. It's a drum for the children of the king.
For joy.
Yeah. The
Wedding,
drum, yeah,
birth.
Yeah, it can be sounded during the enthronement ceremony of the king. Even when the kingdom has good news, it can be played. The next category is Banta Day. Banta Day is a drum for the grandchildren of the king. Then the last drum, Kanaba, is a drum for the great-grandchildren
of the king.
If somebody claims to be royal, he must know
How
which
to
type
beat.
of drum where he falls. Either you were son, either you were grandson, or your great-grandson. Yes. So they are played on different occasions. When the kingdom has good news, it can be played to announce the death of any royal family member. It can be played to announce the arrival and the departure of any royal member here.
It's an honor. And I'm seeing that is taken care of by the Lugave clan, the Pangolin.
Yeah, the Pangolins, the Lugave clan, and his position is given a title, it's called Kaula.
Kaula.
He's also hereditary. When he dies, they go back to the clan and pick another one, come and serve.
So now we are meeting the third clan after the mushroom, the buffalo, and now we have the pangolin.
Yeah, this is the pangolin. The unique thing about this gentleman, he has to remain celibate the whole of his life.
Not getting married.
He does not engage himself in any sexual or marriage practice until he
so
dies.
how does the heritage get perpetrated?
They
How
go
will
back-
it perpetrate the heritage?
They go back to
To the
clan.
line,
Yeah.
but if not on his direct children,
It's not a must that the children from him,
must be
the successors, they go to the clan, the pangolin clan,
pangolin
where he was
clan.
coming from, pick another one to come and serve similar duties as the past was doing. That's why culturally, women were not allowed to enter this hut.
So he remains celibate. He doesn't miss anything. Deprived.
Not really.
So is he castrated?
At times.
Oh, they are
At
castrated.
times, yeah.
Wow.
So these are the
It's
drums.
pretty dark in here.
The drums have been
There's
here
nothing we
since-
can do about it.
Yeah, they have been here since 1882. Yeah, most of them are made from cow skins, elevated with strings. These strings adjust the pitch of a given drum. So each drum here has its own pitch. Somebody can notice a type of a drum even when he has not looked at it.
Oh, he will know what is happening.
Yeah, he will know the exact drum which is sounding.
In fact, from the part of the Cameroons or Ambazonia where I come from, we have talking drums. Drums talk.
Yeah, so the drums are highly respected. This one with the bells,
Yes.
it's called Mujaguzo, the drum for the children of the king.
Celebration.
Yeah, the one for the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren. These other drums have particular ceremonies where they're played.
Yes.
Kasubi, where we are, it is more of a shrine to the people of the kingdom.
Yes.
Staunch believers in the African traditional religion come here and whisper their wishes to the spirit of the king.
Ah.
Whenever their prayers are answered,
And as your ancestor from the Cameroons,
yeah,
I am whispering to these drums to recognize me
Yeah.
as a member of the Buganda Kingdom,
Yeah.
because the Buganda came from the mountains of Cameroon, precisely
Yeah.
from my own area.
Yeah.
And I'm asking this kingdom
Yeah.
to give me good reception, prosper me, and bless me.
Yes, it's true. The spirits, I'm sure they have heard your call, and I'm quite specific that they will be able to bless you as you step your feet here.
Mm.
So the drums, even if when they are spoiled, you're not allowed to throw them away. They're always kept here.
Mm.
Yeah. So these drums have been here since 1880s. You can see these huts; they're always smoked. It
Yes.
is one of the ways to repel away dangerous insects like termites,
Mhm.
mosquitoes, spiders. Yeah, as you see how it looks.
That is preservation using
Yes.
natural means.
Yeah, using natural means.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have this cannon here.
Mhm.
It is in the wooden format. It was made by the king in 1882. The king received explorers. Among the explorers which he received, there was Henry Mouton Stanley.
Yes.
Stanley came with gifts from England.
Mhm.
And among the gifts which came along with, there was a cannon. When
So this is a miniature wooden cannon
it wasn't
for
the exact
ceremonial
one.
purposes.
It wasn't the exact one which Stanley brought. When the king looked at the Stanley's cannon, he ordered his men to manufacture for him a replica.
The artist
Yes.
to do something to
Yeah.
look like that.
Whenever I received visitors here, I could order his men to sound.
That
the
was
cannon
King
of Stanley.
Mutesa.
Yeah,
Was a
Mutesa
very
one.
creative.
Yeah. So this has
king.
been here also since that time.
I am seeing the other black rings there. There are
Yeah,
only
those
3 of
ones-
them.
Yeah, those ones are also similar. The
Mm.
ones which you see on that side.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to proceed from here.
This is gorgeous. This is like the largest grass hut I've seen. It is the largest grass hut in the world. It was the living residence of Kabaka Mutesa I. After he left the smaller hut, this one was completed. When was it completed?
Yeah, this was built in 1882. It's the same hut which caught fire on 16th March 2010.
Oh,
Yeah.
2010, very recently.
Yeah, so UNESCO has been concentrating on 2 factors: restoration and reconstruction. And this has ranked it to be the biggest grass-thatched house in the world.
In the world.
Yeah.
What
So,
is the surface area? How many square meters inside?
We haven't got yet the actual measurements, but we still have the old original measurements.
Which
It was
was?
clicking up to 7.9 meters high and a diameter of 31 meters wide.
The diameter.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we expect to be officially open before the end of this year.
Oh, it's still to be open.
Yeah. We have some final touches which are being done. It will be trimmed very well at the entrance,
Mhm.
as you see how that entrance looks like.
Yes.
Yeah, and the visitors will be able to enter there inside.
I'm seeing other huts which are metallic. Those are the huts of the wives of the.
Yeah, all those are
Kabaka.
the hearts of the wives of the king.
Mhm.
Kabaka Mutesa I had almost 84 wives
Wow.
here and over 127 children.
So my last king,
yeah,
Fominyen Nga II,
yeah,
who the Germans met,
yeah,
it's when we say he had 77 huts,
yeah,
people quarrel.
yeah,
Why? How did he have 77 huts? Yeah, the Kabaka had 84 wives, which
Yes.
means
Yeah,
all the wives,
84
each wife
huts.
had a hut.
Yes.
84 huts.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Quite close to.
So these ladies, being a wife to the king, was also hereditary. When the king's wife died, they had to go back to the clan where she was coming from.
Get another woman.
Yeah, to pick another one, come and serve similar duties like the first was doing.
So, with 84 wives
Yeah.
and 52 clans,
Yeah,
it means certain clans offered like
more than one.
like 2 daughters.
Yes. And actually, today, to be more specific, all the ladies whom you are seeing living here, they are the successors of the original wives who are here in 1880.
So there is continuity,
There is continuity.
there is stability, harmony, concord.
Yes. So you find a lady telling you that I'm the 7th successor
Of
of the original wife.
Wow.
I'm the 5th successor of the original wife.
this is
Yeah.
Amazing.
So this is a living heritage. This is more of a living museum.
Yes.
Whatever happened in the past is still even happening up to date.
Right to
Yeah.
date.
So each wife had a particular role to play to the king, and they had shifts to attend to the husband.
Exactly.
Yeah, these shifts
It was well regulated.
Yes. These
So,
shifts still happen even up to date.
how many wives did the king manage in a day? Any idea? Any Kabaka?
I can't tell.
Was he able to satisfy all those wives around the month?
Yeah, and being a wife to the king came with the privileges, by the way.
The way
These ladies,
the wives behaved.
yes, they have land where they can even today allocate their families.
Yes.
And they're well catered for by the kingdom.
Yeah.
Here.
Mm.
Yeah. So we're going to take a
So,
glimpse
as
at
I'm your ancestor,
yeah.
what are you going to do for me? Are you also going to allocate my own?
Maybe.
Yes,
But
come
the
back.
wives who are here, we can't allocate you one because...
No, not the wife. Hey, I can inherit. Yeah, because we have an argument in my place. Who inherits the king's wife?
Yeah.
It's only the successor.
Yeah. So you can see the reason as why these kings built their houses
Yeah.
low.
Very
Even
low.
if you were not intended to bow as a sign of giving respect,
You must bow.
You had it to bow.
You had to bow compulsorily.
Yes.
Like it didn't mean force the British to bow.
Yes, the British to
To
bow.
bow for him.
Yeah. So this same house is in the format of an overturned basket.
Yes.
Made up of 52 rings, representing the original clans which were there during the reign of Kabaka Mutesa I. So Mutesa I, this was his palace.
Yes.
After his death in 1884, he was the first king to be buried here. And that's when this place changed the name.
Mutesa I.
Yeah, from being a palace to a tomb. Then his successors, Mwanga, David Chua, and Mutesa II were buried in this same place.
Inside here.
Yes. The place where they are buried, we call it an imaginary sacred forest. Highly respected spiritually. Staunch believers in the African tradition come here and whisper their wishes to the spirits of the kings.
Are we honored, coming from a great kingdom,
Yes.
a great prince from that kingdom,
Yes.
the spokesperson for the great king, like we say the Kabaka of the Metao, the Widikum, are we honored to also whisper?
Yes, you can whisper your wishes, no problem.
Right from here.
Right from here, you can whisper your wishes. And
right from here, from the great tomb of the Kabaka, Mutesa I, Mwanga, Mukasa II, Mutesa II, and others, I'm whispering that the land of Amazonia from which this great Buganda Kingdom came from is at war. I'm asking for these great Kabakas, great kings, to intercede on behalf of Amazonians to end the genocide in Amazonia so that peace can return immediately, for me to return home and tell the good news to Amazonians and the people of the mountains of Cameroon that have met their descendants who left more than 500 years ago and wandered to found themselves on the banks of the Great Lakes like Victoria in Uganda.
Thank you very much. The place where these four kings are buried, it is covered with a bark cloth curtain. And this bark cloth curtain, visitors do not proceed towards that end. It is a respected spiritual place. Only selected few caretakers of this site, the only people proceed there.
In fact, when my own king is laid to rest, when he travels, here they disappear, but as they travel, nobody else except the elders or some very privileged members of the sacred corps called Kwifo know where the king was rested. No, he rested to take off for the other journey. So it is the same. It's cultural resemblance. Yes.
So these shifts which you're talking about of the ladies, they still even happen up to date. They still go on shifts inside this hut. They have rooms in the either sides where they sleep. We have 4 kings. Each king has a wife per shift who sleeps here inside. This is a living heritage.
Yes.
Kasubi Tombs is a masterpiece of African creativity and innovation.
Culture, continuity, harmony, and concord.
African kings, especially in Buganda Kingdom, having such a number of wives, it wasn't for formality.
No.
They had
Spiritual
intentions.
rules.
Apart from spiritual rules, again, this imparted unity in the kingdom. There is no clan which came out to fight the king when he had a wife there.
Had a daughter sitting in that palace.
And again, there is no outside society or an outside enemy who could come to convince any clan member
to conspire
king.
To be a traitor against the king.
Instead, the clan members worked hand in hand to fight the enemy of the king. The enemy of the king, again, was an enemy to the clans and the king.
Exactly.
So, having such a number of wives, it had intentions. And this would preserve their kingdoms for generations. Kabaka Mutesa I was the king who welcomed the Europeans. He wrote a letter through Henry Morton Stanley to Queen Victoria in England and requested him to send him missionary teachers to come and teach his people how to read and write.
That was Mutesa I.
That is Mutesa I.
Who
wrote a letter.
Who disappeared in 1884.
Yes.
His successor, Mwanga Mukasa II, when he came and he had a different view of the other colonial missionaries who came, who were scrambling from Africa. It was no longer evangelization, but land grab. So he was visionary. So did he go to school?
Mwanga
Mukasa II.
I won't say that he went to school because the education which was there by that time was this local
education.
Informal. It's called the informal. Sometimes they call it informal education. He was the first king of Buganda, Mwanga Mukasa, to sign an agreement with the British. It was called the British Protectorate.
The British Protectorate.
It was signed in 1894.
Wow.
This was the actual date when Uganda was declared as a British colony.
1894.
Yeah. After the agreement.
That's Mutesa II.
No, this is Mwanga.
Mwanga.
Who signed the agreement.
Okay.
After the agreement.
But he was overthrown in 1888 by the British.
Yeah. Mwanga actually was exiled twice during his time. Yeah. Mwanga signed an agreement with the British, but later turned against them when their policies never favored his kingdom.
Great.
Yeah. His father, Mutesa I, called the British with different intentions, but for them, they also came with their own intentions
to grab land, resources.
Yeah. Mutesa I's major role as why he invited the British and other explorers is to teach his people modern skills.
Yes.
How to
acquisition
read
of
and
skills.
write, carpentry, teaching,
engineering.
Yes. And also he wanted the missionaries to teach his people to know more about God. But when Mwanga came into power, he saw that they had different intentions.
Great.
That's why he turned against them.
That is the shift.
Yeah.
Yesterday, on June 3rd, I was at Namungongo for the commemoration of Matthias Day. Yeah. And I was hailing Mwanga Mukasa II like a real hero and patron of Africa.
Yeah, this is true.
For discovering the secret agenda of the colonial people.
Yeah.
And he decided to discipline the traitors to set a good example to the other enablers and collaborators of these people with hidden agendas.
Yeah.
Was I right to think so?
Yes. King Daniel Mwanga, when he came into power, Christianity was a day-to-day thing now in the kingdom. People are all around learning Christianity. They are going through baptism. This was mostly by the work of the missionaries. And Mwanga himself embraced the religions, but he later came to know about it that religions were not in favor
of Africans, of his Buganda people.
They were preaching about God, was Jesus Christ, which wasn't bad. But preaching Christianity undermined the African traditional religion.
And spirituality.
And the spirituality. And it reached an extent of the converts disobeying their own king to go and serve the churches.
Modern.
And in the culture of the kingdom, when you disobeyed the king, the penalty was death. So to the side of the church, Kabaka Mwanga is an enemy of the church.
A villain.
Yes.
While those
But
opponents
to the side
and
of the
traitors,
kingdom, Mwanga is a hero. To the side of the church, the saints are heroes. But the side of the kingdom, the saints are disobedient, were traitors.
Enablers and collaborators.
Yes, that is the difference. Yeah. So we had those contradictions between the church and Kabaka Mwanga. Yeah. So UNESCO plus the government of Japan, they came up with a program of installing firefighting equipment, the red phones which can surround.
Yes, so that we don't have another fire.
Yeah, in case of any fire, people can easily fight.
And also sweeping the dry leaves so that they don't creep close to the hut.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. And here we have the famous jackfruit, and we have the kum, which is the bark from which they make dresses. Yeah. This kum is also found in our palaces, and it's believed wherever the kum grows, life is possible. So these are some of the tombs of the wives.
Yeah, the wing where we are is the wing where the widows are buried, or the wives to the king are buried. Sorry. The place is sitting on almost 64 acres of land.
64 acres.
Yes.
Which is like 32 hectares.
Yeah. And these wives mostly belong to the king called Kabaka Daudichwa. King Daudichwa was the king who came on the throne when he was just 1 year old. He grew up. He was the first king of Buganda to travel so many outside countries. He visited Britain. He admired the modern buildings and structures. He came up with modern architecture. He was the king who increased the durability of that house. You've seen some concrete poles.
Yes.
Was the king
who added?
Yeah, he died when he was just 43 years in 1939, and the wives were buried facing the exact direction where the husband is also facing in the house.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to proceed from here.
So these are supposed to be the houses of the wives. Some of the wives.
Yeah. All the houses which you see around here, the caretakers of this place and the widows, or the houses of the wives, the four were living around there.
Are some of the children buried here?
Yeah, the wing now where we are, it's where the children, the descendants from the four kings, the site where they are buried. Yeah. The wing where we are, where the wives of the king, the descendants from the four kings are buried. The graves which you see when they have a cross sign and some are covered on top, it means that person is a Christian. Graves like such, when they're open on top, they don't have any cross sign.
They're Muslims.
They were Muslims. So we are mixed religion. In the royal family, we have
so
those...
after Kabaka Mwanga Mukasa II, there was now religious tolerance again in the kingdom of Buganda.
Yeah. We have some royals who embraced Islam on its coming. Islam was brought by the Arabs because Arabs were the first Europeans to come at the coast of East Africa. Though their major goal was to trade, to spread the religion. Christian missionaries came later, and they did a good job in the spreading of the religion, whereby the biggest percentage of the people in the country, they are Christians. The king and most of the royal family members, they are Anglicans due to the British influence. Yes, but whenever the reigning king is celebrating any ceremony, he makes it rotational. At times he can celebrate as a Catholic, at times as a Muslim, at times as a Protestant, at times as a tradition, to show unity and togetherness to his people.
There is religious integration without conflict, because some countries around the world always explode into religious wars, like in northern Nigeria. We also have conflicts in the Arab world itself, where we go out of their world to kill Christians,
Yeah.
here we are in the Buganda Kingdom,
Yeah.
where the very wise kings understand that the matter of faith and spirituality is personal.
Yeah.
You can worship Allah, you can worship Muhammad, you can worship Jesus, you can even worship Buddha. Whatever you want, you are free. So I now understand why Uganda is so welcoming. I've never been harassed here since I arrived Uganda because of who I am.
Yeah.
I've never been asked to identify myself.
Yeah.
To see. So what did you used to do with these palm trees? This is the source of wealth in my own country.
Yeah. Yes, it is also an economic activity partially to the people of the kingdom, though the kingdom is not more in it as a source of income.
What did you used to use it for?
They harvest palm oils from it, can make oil from it, the palm oil.
My
palm
kingdom
nuts.
is noted for what we call meta palm oil.
Yeah.
The meta palm oil is cherished all over for doing greens, which are njama to eat posho or fufu corn.
Yeah.
And we use this oil from these palms.
Yeah.
And the oil from the palms is also used for other cooking purposes. Used for other cooking purposes. This is anchia. Can I take one of the seeds?
You can take one. No
Thank you. It's edible. Do you eat it here?
No, not really.
Oh, this is a good green.
It's
Anchia. So, as I was saying, when we use those palm trees, the Meta people of Cameroon are noted for palm oil, the best palm oil. It's a good source of income until we now have the Indonesians and Malaysians who came to the Cameroons in 1977 to get seedlings from CDC. They are now the greatest oil producers in the whole world, greatest palm oil producers. They make billions from palm oil, literally. They got them from the West African palms. Interestingly, around 2013, a Cameroonian came here and went to Kalangala to start an oil palm plantation promoted by Indians. Yeah, he is actually called Dr. Agwe Jonathan. He's my clansman. He was in Kalangala. And at that time, I was fighting a company called Heracles Farms because it was grabbing 73,086 hectares of rainforest to install their oil palm plantation. So the oil palm tree is a very rich source of income. I'm looking forward to seeing how I can start a medium-sized palm tree and revive it to become part of the Buganda who came from, I believe, from my area, from the mountains of Cameroon. And palm oil is very good for the heart, as it's proven today. Good. So Elvis, where are we now?
We are going to take you through, we have one of the significant fabrics we have in the country, the bark cloth.
Yes, the bark cloth.
I'll show you the tree. Don't have the tree nearby here, but as we're
it's
proceeding back.
Kumi that I saw in Mengo.
Yeah.
That is the tree up there, over there.
Yeah. So we use an expertized craftsman to peel off the skin.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a World Heritage material today. Yeah, we peel off the skin. Afterwards, you have to dress the tree using banana leaves and fibers to protect the trunk.
From that tree, where else do we go?
Yeah, I want to show you through some of the pictures of the king.
Oh, good.
Did you see this at the
yes, I saw it at the...
Like the kings?
Yes, but not really focus on them.
The 4 kings.
Okay.
This is Kabaka Mutesa I, the pioneer of this place. He established it in 1882, and then in 1884 became the first king to be buried here. His successor, Daniel Mwanga, the man who fought colonial rule, He joined with Omukama Kabalega of Bunyoro Kingdom, and they resisted the British.
The Munyoro in Western Uganda.
Yeah. He died in 1903 at the Seychelles Island, and his body was brought back in 1910 and buried officially here in this place. So he became the second king to be buried at Kasubi Tombs. His son David Chwa, he came on the throne as just 1 year old. David Chwa was the one who introduced the durability inside the hut, applying in concrete poles to increase its sustainability and the purpose. He's the king who introduced modernity in the country, building modern structures, allowing girls to go to school, eating eggs and chicken. He died when he was just 43 years and was also buried here. This increased the significance of Kasubi as a spiritual site to the kingdom.
Exactly.
Then Mutesa too, the dad to the reigning
Edward,
king. Yeah.
The first president.
Yes.
Honorary president of the Republic of Uganda.
Yeah.
From 1962 to 1966, when he was overthrown by Milton Obote.
Yeah.
And he was allowed to go on exile to England.
Yeah.
And he was later on poisoned about 1969 when he died. And he was brought back here.
Yes, by Idi Amin.
Idi Amin.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was officially laid to rest in 1971 inside that hut.
Oh.
Yeah. So the history of the kingdom goes through the book. The book is called Buganda, Gateway to the Pearl of Africa. And the book showcases the details about the kingdom, the past kings, a message from the king himself, with some different activities. This is the king plus his autograph, the prime minister, the current prime minister.
The Kuchiri, Kuchiro.
Yeah, Katikiro. Katikiro means prime minister.
Prime minister, Katikiro.
Yeah. Then the queen, the past kings, the architecture.
Wow.
Yeah, the book has the details of the clans, activities done in the kingdom, the drumming, the backcloth making, the family, the home, and so forth. So it goes up to 300,000 Ugandan shillings.
300,000. Yes. Which is the one that talks about Ugandan history?
Yeah, this has the details past the 800 years.
Past 800 years?
Yes.
How much is a copy?
This one can go up to $200.
$200
Yes.
is the only copy now?
Yeah, this is the only copy which is here. It has the history of Buganda from Cameroon.
Good.
How it moves.
I will come and get it.
Yeah.
$200.
Yeah.
Good. All the clans are represented here?
Not really. Most times try to add quality on the material, just making arts, especially from the wildlife, the local living society, and we sell them to the visitors who come in.